We've got another piece of evidence that director James Mangold lied to Indiana Jones fans when he said that the ending of the film would not be reworked. This new piece of evidence comes from actor Harrison Ford himself. But before we get to that piece of information, let's give you kind of a backstory on how these Indiana Jones rumors and James Mangold's denials of them went. So back in June 2021, YouTuber Overlord DVD posted a video where he claimed that, quote, two endings are supposedly being considered in this script. I guess they've been written and they are going to shoot both of them. Both endings allegedly have old Indiana Jones dying at the end of this movie. But in one of the rumored endings, young Indiana Jones dies alongside old Indiana Jones, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge swoops in like a vulture, picks the hat up, and takes his place moving forward. A separate rumor from the Daily Mail in September 2021 also claimed Phoebe Waller-Bridge is being tipped to replace the veteran actor as a female version of the fictional professor of archaeology in the adventure movie franchise. An anonymous source told the Daily Mail's show business editor, Katie Hind, about the rumor. This source said it would be a huge statement and a great role for Phoebe. Another source said the gossip on the set is that this character will slot into the leading role. Overlord DVD would then put out another video in November with some more rumors that he was hearing. That he said, we've been told out of the 6 endings they tested, the best one gets a 35% approval from test audiences. We've been told that Bridge, that's Phoebe Waller-Bridge, put the hat on in every ending. He then clarified all my spies actually said was Phoebe Waller-Bridge puts on Indy's hat, takes Indy's whip, and in a brave and stunning display of girl power, she becomes the bestest Indy ever at the end of all 6 versions of the movie. Mangold denied the rumors of Indiana Jones being replaced, writing on Twitter in December, one more time, no one is taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance, and he never was, not in any cut or script, but trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks. And please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos and interviews, and you get enough info to make wild guesses about a movie plot. He concluded his thread saying, the diff between trolling a-holes and everyone else is they are trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. They push controversial guesses as coming from sources to gin up clicks. Let it go end. So there was a huge wrench thrown in Mangold's narrative when the film's composer, John Williams, appeared during a concert, and he said, this is what he said. He said, here are 3 pieces from Indiana Jones 5. I felt we would be finished with Indiana Jones after 4. You know Harrison Ford. You all know who Harrison Ford is, and Harrison is 78 years old, but he's much younger than I am. Well, I thought, if he can do 5 of them, I have to try to do the final 5 also. He then said, so we have just about completed the film. We have maybe another ending to shoot and to record, maybe in a couple of weeks. So you had John Williams basically confirming that they were shooting another ending for the film. So we know they at least had 2 endings. But James Mangold denied this. He says, we're not shooting. He said John was mistaken, maybe read Twitter too much. We're not shooting new endings, never did. The film is 99% finished and being rated by MPAA. This imagined zany ending with Indy being erased and replaced is a fever dream of wounded folks angry about other films I did not make. When asked for clarification, he said that John Williams was either joking, mistaken, or misinformed, not happening. However, he would then contradict himself just again, 1:23 a.m., 1:42 a.m., less than 20 minutes later, he would contradict himself and said that I agree that he's one of the greatest composers in the history of film and also one of the most lovely people on earth, and he's fully informed. So if he's fully informed, how is he misinformed? Doesn't really make any sense there. But now we have Harrison Ford admitted to Spanish language outlet Espinoff. He said, we did a little work on the ending, which is the last thing I shot with Karen Allen, who has been in a substantial part of the whole thing, but appears in this story only briefly at the end, but with a very strong emotional hook. I felt nostalgia, a sense of accomplishment. I'm proud of the film, happy with the film. Every good thing, there comes a right time to go on to something else. I really enjoyed the process of making this film. I'm very happy with it. So I left the set that day content. So I think that it is very clear that we did a little work on the ending. That to me means that you were fixing it, you were doing a different ending, you were changing it, you were doing something to it that you had already done. It wasn't like you were going to just start on the ending. You'd already done an ending and you started work on an ending. To me, that's how I'm reading it. That's how it sounds if you listen to the clip here, which will be linked in the description. But yeah, it looks like that is the case, that they did indeed work on a new ending. It looks like Mangold's denials of the rumors are just have him ruining his own reputation by his own actors, his own composer, and it just looks like he's got a bunch of big egg on his face. But even if this is a new ending, we have it sounds absolutely awful. We have this rumored ending that they supposedly worked on, and maybe you can take consolation in that Phoebe Waller-Bridge doesn't replace Indiana Jones, but I think this rumored ending that we have here is almost just as bad or even worse, because apparently they time travel back to like the Roman siege of Syracuse. The Germans that they're pursuing get killed in a plane crash. Indiana Jones wants to stay in the past. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is like, you can't stay, you'll change history. She ends up punching him in the face, knocking him out, and then dragging him back into the past forcibly, where he then is like, whoa, he wakes up in his apartment and he's greeted by Karen Allen's Marion, because apparently he does have something to live for now. I don't know. Indiana Jones not recognizing that he needs to make the right decision sounds like an absolutely terrible ending. And the fact if he's getting punched out just sounds even worse. It's just an absolute mockery. So if that is indeed the rumored ending, if that is indeed true, I don't think that this plays well either. But I guess you can take some solace in the fact that maybe they did indeed change the ending, where Phoebe Waller-Bridge is not taking on the role of Indiana Jones. But I think both of these endings are absolutely terrible. And again, that kind of goes to what Overlord DVD was reporting, that the best one had a 35% approval. So even their test audiences, according to that rumor, thought it was awful. And indeed, it does sound awful. I don't know anyone who even wants to go see this film. I certainly don't.